Okay, everybody, here we are, and here we go. Seriously, this is my pre-market report on this Wednesday, July 5th, 2023. First of all, I hope all of you had a nice Insurrection Day, and yes, we do need another one. This, not just the United States, but the world is coming apart faster as central banks try to solidify their power on every single one of us. Now, with that said, I know you're paying attention to the MMRI, the Mannarino Market Risk Indicator. It is now standing at 248.7. Well, why would that be happening? We have a sell-off here in the debt market. The 10-year yield is jumping higher. The relative strength of the dollar is higher, and on the back of risk rising in the market based on the MMRI, we know where the first line in the sand is, people. We are like 1.3 points away from the first line in the sand, 250. Stock futures are lower across the board. And I'm going to tell you right here and right now what you already probably know. Without intervention, direct intervention by the Federal Reserve right now, like today, this can get real ugly real fast for this market. And they know that. I mean, for many months right now, you and I have seen this freaking phenomenon go on and on. Every single time the MMRI starts saying, hey, look, risk is rising in the market, risk is rising in the market, the cavalry arrives and the 10-year yield drops, the relative strength of the dollar comes down, and everyone gets all giddy, and cash makes its way into this stock market. Look, you know this already, people. We're not talking about anything that has a basis on reality at all, okay? You got the mainstream media, over the last, several months giddy, spraying their shorts all over the place. Oh, look at this stock market, higher, it's going higher. Based on what? Once in a while, we get a little bit of truth out of the IMF, the International Mafia Fund, and they've been floating out a lot of truths here lately with regard to the global economy, not doing so well. Here's another piece of information from the IMF. Are you ready for this one? Let me know if this surprises you. The world economy is slowing faster than expected because of central bank action. Now, what do you and I actually know that we're not supposed to know? Central banks cutting off the availability of credit here is a deliberate act to slow the economy, kill the consumer, and crush small businesses to fulfill the corporate agenda. That's all this is. And now we got, a little piece of truth here from the IMF. I beat the IMF up all the time. But as of late, they've been floating out some interesting truths here. Anyway, looking back over at this market, again, intervention needs to be taken or this whole thing is going to unravel but fast. So keep your eyes on the MMRI. Again, link to the MMRI, Mannarino Market Risk Indicator, in the description of this video. Free to everyone who wants to look at it. Anyway, the fakery can only go so far. Let's just establish what's going on. We have the propaganda ministry here spewing like projectile vomit out of their mouths, lie after lie after lie, politicians lie after lie, central bankers lie after lie. But, again, what are they doing? They're trying to convince you that what you see with your own eyes and what you're experiencing for yourself is not real. This is a phenomenon that's also been going on forever. We spoke about it, I don't know how many freaking times here. Anyway, keep your eye on these things. Risk in this market is getting a little hairy. All right. Now, here's something else that's interesting. Crude oil right now is up about 2.5% as I am doing this video blog. Why would crude oil be up 2.5%? Well, Saudi Arabia comes out saying that they stand in unity with Russia with regard to oil production cuts. So energy prices, look, you know this already. You knew that energy prices and crude oil were not going to stay low. We haven't seen anything yet, and I mean zero, with regard to where crude oil is eventually going to go, the pressure on the people. Again, just look this up for yourself. Don't take my word for anything at all, okay? Look up how many products are made with crude oil. Now that we're going to, Saudi Arabia, Russia standing unity together to make sure energy prices stay high and go higher, you can only imagine what that means for you, the cost of living, and inflation is coming down. You know how inflation is coming down? Because the president, vomitous mass, said it. He said inflation was going down. And he said that his Bidenomics policies are working really, really, really great because people are earning more money, which is a complete falsehood. Everything the man said out of his mouth, what was that, 2 weeks ago now? Everything was a lie. There was not one piece of truth to anything it said. You understand? Anyway, so we got this thing with crude oil now, like I said, up about 2.5%. So you can expect crude oil, energy prices, and inflation, obviously, to continue to go higher and higher. No surprise to anybody that follows this blog. You knew this since day one. The Federal Reserve, central banks, with the freaking propaganda ministry has been selling nothing but a lie on a grand scale that is hard to get your freaking head around. Oh, yes! This inflation is really bad, but it's only temporary. It's transitory. It's going to go away because it's a miracle. You see, central banks are going to be raising rates incrementally, and that's going to change the world, and everything is going to get better for you. No. They lull people into some kind of a sense of things are going to be okay. You give people one speck of hope that things are going to be better, and then they go along with it. Then they take it. They take another smack across the face. But these authority figures are telling me the gargoyles and creatures and ghouls, they're telling you everything's going to be great. So you better listen to them because they're telling you the truth. We haven't heard a shred of truth anymore. Again, we have the most twisted, upside down freak show environment that we have ever seen in the history of this freaking world. And if you think we're done, well, you haven't seen anything yet here. The lies, the propaganda, the distractions, the deceptions, the look here, the don't look there. Again, it's all to lull the world population into believing something that's a complete falsehood. Central banks are on a mission to destroy the world and take it over, to reshape everything, to create a two-tier society on a grand scale. We're going back to a feudal system like we've never seen before. We have people dependent on the system, more dependency on the system. You know all this. We've been outlining this for 10 freaking years, and now it's in our freaking face. Anyway, so that's the story. With regard to the market, as I said, we're slated for trading doesn't start for 32 minutes from the time I am doing this. You got futures lower across the board. MMRI knocking on the door of 250. Let's see what happens today. Are we going to break 250? Here's the question. Are we going to break 250 with the MMRI today? Or is a miracle going to happen? Are we going to, just by chance, we're going to happen to see the 10-year yield drop, the relative strength of the dollar drop, the MMRI drop, and risk is going to drop, and, stocks are going to go up here. Look, with regard to this market, it makes no sense anymore, people. There's no bearing on reality at all. The market believes, or at least believed until today, that the Fed's going to pump and pump and pump and pump and pump all this. At one point, they're gonna pull the plug here. We know that's going to happen at a time of their choice. And then there's going to be an outcry around the world, and the greatest depression of all time is going to hit us all. But we're ready for it. You and I, becoming our own central bank, betting against the debt here, holding hard assets, gaining exposure to commodities here, realizing that a debt market implosion is going to happen at one point, realizing it's going to destroy global stock markets, realizing cash is just going to move into other assets. It doesn't grow money wings and fly away. It's going to go to commodities, and I also believe into cryptocurrencies here as well. Let's cover a few more assets. So on the back of stock futures lower, on the back of the 10-year yield, the sell-off in the debt market here, the relative strength of the dollar higher, crude oil higher by 2.5%. You got cryptocurrencies under some pressure. You got gold and silver mixed right now. Silver flat, gold with a slight gain. And that's where we stand. But I want to hear from you. I really honestly do. Please comment. What do you think about this warning, I guess, I don't know, from the IMF? World economy is slowing faster than expected. Now, you see, you would never hear that out of the mouth of, let's say, a politician here in the United States, because, you see, we're immune. The United States, we're immune to everything that's going on. We are just the shining light around the world. The whole world is crumbling around us, but according to vomitous mass, sitting in the Oval Office behind the Resolute desk here, we're doing great and you're earning more money and inflation is dropping, and you know it is because he says it. So it must be true. Where's the accountability for anything anymore, people, really? Where is it? I want to hear from you on that. I want to hear from you. What do you think about this with the Saudis and in unity with Russia on making sure that the cost of energy remains high and continues to go higher? Where do you stand on that? Are you surprised? Shocked? Can I see your shocked face? Oh no, really? Okay, who would have thought of that? Who would have imagined that? How about you and I? We've been covering this to the point of nauseum. Oh, later on today, we're going to hear from the Fed. We're going to hear the minutes from the last meeting, and you can only imagine how lovely that's going to be. Let's watch again the MMRI. We stand at 248.7, 1.3 points away from the first line in the sand, or what has proven to be, and you and I have seen this over and over and over and over. Let's see what they do. Let's see if they pull off some kind of miracle today. Wouldn't surprise me at all. Would it surprise you? Anyway, people, that's it, man. That's the story. All right. I will see all of you later for my live stream. I hope to see you there. 1:05 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Have questions ready for me. I got a couple of interviews. I got one coming up here this morning. I got two coming up here. Anyway, all right. I will see all of you later, as I said. And, please share the video. Those thumbs up are very valuable. I appreciate you. I appreciate everybody. Thank you so much. Love you a lot.